Hey guys, how you guys doing? I wanted to make a video about something I found very interesting about Bishop's story, life story, and my life story. How similar they are. I call him Bishop just to protect his identity, but he's one of the team in my opinion. He's a major player in our team. Our team for sure. He's a major player. He's helped me a lot for sure. For sure. But something he said was interesting. We both said the same thing about false religions. Me with Mormonism and him with the Pentecostal religion. If you're Pentecostal, I'm sorry. But anyways, or Mormon, I'm sorry. But according to him, Pentecostal's way off. And according to me, Mormonism is way off as well. Both are way off from the real truth. So, but anyway, it's interesting that God put us in these false religions, the both of us. And we both said the same thing. We did. We're like, if God is a part of this religion, and he's like the people in the religion, and this is the real truth, I'm done with God. I'm done. I quit. Throw in my dog tags. I'm done. We both did that to different religions. We turned to addictions to cope. We couldn't handle it, The both of us, we couldn't handle that God went bad. We couldn't handle it, pretty much. But he realized before I did that God didn't go bad. I'm realizing it now that God didn't go bad these days. It's taken a while, as you know, to convince me that God didn't go bad. It's taken me a while. But yeah, it was interesting. We both turned to different things to cope, numb ourselves, we were just lied to, abused, treated badly. The both of us, me and Bishop have the same type of story. We do. We have the same type of story. But he's been walking with God for 20 years. I've been walking with God for legitimately for four months. Legitimate walking with God, four months. Not very long. Not very long. Before that was just him trying to get me to trust him before that, But even still, I'm not at full belief in God. Not full. Not like the people around me like the Baptist church have full belief in God, I'm like at 95% belief in God. Something like that. But I was told that faith is a muscle. So you have to work your faith with God's grace. You have to work the faith. That's how it works, I guess. Since God gave you grace, you work your faith. You know what I mean? During the grace period, I guess. The never-ending grace period for Paul, myself. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how me and Bishop turned to different things. we were like done with life. We're like, if God's like all them in these religions, and if God even is a part, like anything like this religion, we're done. We both said that. I'm just like, while I'm doing addictions and trying to cope, like smoking, I'm like, I'm a better man than God. We're all screwed. What I mean? God went bad. God went bad. I don't care anymore. Basically, that's how it went in a nutshell. Anyways, God's still trying to save me, Walk a better road, salvation road with Jesus, I heard they mocked Jesus, and it kind of hurt my heart. You know what I mean? I heard they mocked him at the Olympics. I know I've talked trash about Jesus and stuff, but it's mainly it was just joking, you know, just in good fun, and mainly because I don't have faith in myself, you know, and I'm mad at him and stuff, and you know, but yeah, he knows how I feel, you know. But so I'm no one to talk, you know. I've done my share of being mad at Jesus, you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. Now that I realize more about Jesus than before, he's like the wrong person to mock. Yeah, for many reasons. Many reasons. He's the only one that cares about anybody. For real, care about anybody. He's the only one that actually cares about anybody. For real, in my opinion. For real. You're mocking the only person that cares about you. That's what they're doing, you know? And they're probably possessed by demons, though. They're probably, you know, they're like, we're done. We're screwed anyways. We lost against Jesus. We're screwed anyways. We might as well just have our last hurrah, you know? That's what they're doing, you know? Satan knows he's defeated. It's over. So he's just doing his last hurrah. That's what's going on. He's doing his last hurrah. He is. It's over for him. Yeah. God knows it as well. Yeah. Satan's days are numbered. Yeah, they are. For sure. But anyways, I'm trying not to get too involved in all that, you know what I mean? Jesus has it handled. He's a tough cat. He is. He's tougher than me, you know. He can handle it. So if anybody's used to being hated and mocked, it's him. If anybody is, it's him. You know what I mean? I know how that goes as well, but he knows it more. Being hated and mocked. Jesus knows it more than me. For sure. Yeah. That's a hard concept even for me to still grasp. Someone was hated more than me. Someone was treated worse than me. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yeah, that's still hard for me to comprehend. Anyways. But yeah, I'm jumping all over the place, as always, but maybe that's how the Holy Spirit works. Me jumping all over the place. I don't know. I don't know. Or it's just ADHD stuff. I don't know. Could be both. I don't know. But anyways. So yeah, it was interesting. I'm like, Bishop. I call him by his name. So you're still haunted by your past, even still. Like, you're still haunted by your past. His horrific past. Bishop has a horrific past like I do. We both have a horrendous past. We both do. Me and Bishop do that. We have that in common. He's like, yeah, it still keeps coming back. And like, even so, and he knows that's the same with me. I can't, it won't go away. It won't go away, you know. And like he said something like, people told him to just get over this, just get over it. He can't, and neither can I. I don't know how. You know what I mean? Even with the help of God, I'm like trying to get over it, you know. So, but yeah, I just found that interesting. That so many things that me and Bishop did in life, so many things are similar. We both we both, God both showed us both. God showed both of us that he cared about us in a similar way. He cared about both of us when we didn't think he did. You know what I mean? We didn't think God cared. We didn't think anything. We thought God went bad. We thought, you know what I mean? But he showed that he cared about us. You know what I mean? So he's been walking with God, and I've been trying to myself. But yeah, it's been interesting. He's like, God will get his wrath. He'll get his vengeance. I'm like, yeah, he probably will. Yeah, he will. Yeah. Even though God is love, he is. But even with that, he has his limits on what he'll tolerate. People don't get that. When people are like, oh, I don't understand a God that would just flood the earth. I don't get a God that would just burn the wicked. I don't get that. When he's all love, you'll get that when the wicked won't change no matter what. And they're harming the righteous. God won't tolerate them harming the righteous. He will eliminate them because of that. He cares about the righteous that much. He will eliminate the wicked that won't change. Like the narcissist. If you've been around a narcissist, they can't change. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, yeah, if we found a cure for them, I don't care what anybody says. Nope. I was around it most of my life. There's no cure for that. There's no cure for that. I don't care. They'll be their fake character on their deathbed. There's no cure for that, all right? But anyways, enough about that nonsense. The unredeemable. Yeah. That's what it's about. It's about redemption. And those that cannot be redeemed at all. Satan and his angels can't be redeemed. They know they're done. The narcissist can't be redeemed either. They're done, But there is redemption for the rest of us, What I mean? At least I think so. At least I hope so. But yeah, enough about that. So yeah, that's all that. Even stuff in the Super Bowl. I've known this most of my life, a lot of my life. Even the stuff in the Super Bowls, it's all satanic stuff. the That's why I don't have television. They do satanic things, and Satan doing his thing, during the halftime shows and stuff, and it's all about turning you against God, rebelling against God. It's all about that. That's all it's about. That's it. It's not about, oh, that's cool, I'll try that. Oh, that's hip, I'll try that. No, it's about turning you against God. It is. It's about separating you from God himself. That's all it's about. Yep. Be like, oh, I'm the top dog, not God. Oh, I'm the top dog. You know what I mean? Get what I mean? Oh, I'm the top dog. God's trying to correct me from being that way, being boastful and stuff. It is a downfall. It is. Being boastful, prideful is a downfall. God's correcting me. Even to this day, he's correcting me on things I thought were okay for me to be. God's like, no, it's not okay to be like that. And I watched a video, and this was no accident. It was pretty interesting video. It was a crazy. I'm like, the title was "Only God Can Humble an INFJ," and this was like after God humbled me. Only God can humble an INFJ. I completely agree. I completely agree. 100%. 100%. Only God himself can humble an INFJ. No one else can. No one else. No one else can tame the beast of an INFJ. No one else can, but God can. Because he's more of a beast. He's more of a beast than all of us INFJ types. He's more of a beast. You guys know it as well. You've experienced it yourselves. Like, some of the atheists are like, it's just superstition stuff. No, it isn't. No, it's not. God's legit. Very legit. Too legit to quit. No quitting God. There's no quitting that guy. There's no quit. I thought I had a never say die attitude. God is even more never say die than me. He's more of a warrior than I am. God's more of a warrior than I am. It's insane, like Jesus is a fierce warrior. Yeah, he is. He's the fiercest warrior I've ever come across. You don't think about that, Jesus is a fierce warrior. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's many things, but fierce warrior is one of them. Fight for justice. Something that was said yesterday was about being God's friend. I hope I am being a good friend to him. Hope so. But anyways, it's not about that right now. It's about the interesting similarities between Bishop and I's story, our life story. Bishop gets me. He does. He does. Because he went through similar things as me. Yeah. The disappointment in God phase, and then we turn to things to numb ourselves, because we're just like, we can't handle it, this whole world sucks, God went bad, just like, so we numbed ourselves, Anyways, I just found it interesting. I did. I found it very interesting how similar our stories are. Very similar. But God has blessed him dramatically. He did. Despite everything he's gone through, God blessed him dramatically, like Job. I saw it for myself. I'm like, all this stuff you have, he has a lot of, he's got it all. He does. As far as like possession stuff goes and stuff, he's got it all. He does. I'm like, you attribute all this to God? He's like, yes. He's like, look at me. I'm just, yeah. It's all God. God blessed him dramatically from all his struggles in his life. All of his insane struggles, like I struggled. God blessed him like he blessed Job. He did. I saw it with my own eyes. God blessed Bishop. He did. He blessed one of the team, dramatically. Like, man, this serving God thing must pay off eventually. Eventually it'll pay off, in many ways, eventually, If I don't hold myself up, But anyways. That's mainly what I want to say. God is faithful. He's faithful to complete his work. He's faithful to complete his work. And he talked about the never-ending sanctification process. That after Jesus basically saves you, with his, you're being sanctified by Jesus himself. He's trying to make you more like him, or more like the way he wants you to be. He's trying to change you. You know what I mean? I already feel like a changed individual already, he's like, it's a never-ending sanctification process. I'm like, so there's no end? There's no final product, you know? It's like, it just keeps on going. I'm like, but you can never become like Jesus. You can never become like him. Never. What's the point of changing to trying to be like him? What's the point of changing to try to be like him if you can never become him? Ever. You know, what's the point? You can never get to the goal of being like Jesus. You know, you can never get there, you know. It's impossible. What's the point of it all? I can never surpass Jesus. Never. You know? I can't handle that. That's what keeps me going in life. Surpass Jesus one day. Just kidding. Man, their days are numbered. You know, they are. God wants me to know things at certain times. You know, He wanted me to hear that. You know, they're mocking my friend Jesus. They're gonna pay. They're gonna pay. Yeah, they're mocking my only real true friend that fought for me. They're gonna pay for that. You know, I'm not sure how, but they will. I'm not sure how they're gonna pay, but they will pay. And if I'm behind them paying, then even better. Even better. If I'm behind it all, you know, then begging for mercy. Even better. You know what I mean? Battle axe means business. You know, God let me know that to motivate me. You know, He knew I was like seeing something about real close friendships. You know, and then he had me hear about how they mocked Jesus recently. They mocked my only friend. Well, not my only friend, but my best friend. You know, my closest friend. They mocked him. They're gonna pay. They're gonna pay. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they'll pay. Vengeance is the Lord's. They'll pay. They'll pay. You know, if I'm the mouthpiece before they pay, then so be it. So be it. I'll gladly be the mouthpiece. Gladly. This world sucks, and I want it to be burned already. You know, I'll gladly be the voice piece for God. Gladly, you know, just get this over with. Burn the world, give me a new body. Let's get this over with. That's how I think. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was talking to Earl about. I'm like, what's taking so long about this rapture thing? What's taking so long? Not that I will get raptured, but you know, I wanted the new body. You know. You know what I mean? I did. Be nice to have a nice body, you know, like a Ferrari body, you know. But I get the body of Paul with the thorn in the flesh. I get his body, and I keep reminding myself, His grace is sufficient for me, like He said to Paul. His grace is sufficient for me, despite all my pain and aches. His grace is sufficient for me, and that's what Bishop was telling me. Because he knows I'm like, no matter what I do, I can't heal all the way, no matter what I do. You know, it's like God's plan for me to be like this, busted up. You know, for some reason, it served God's purpose better when Paul had a thorn in the flesh, whatever that thorn was. I feel like it was Paul's traumatic past. Yep. I feel like his thorn was his traumatic past. And Bishop agreed. We both agree with that. The thorn in the flesh of Paul is his traumatic past. Everything he did as the opposing team of the Christians. You know, haunted by that. You know what I mean? Haunted by it. You know, I can relate to that kind of thing. You know. So, anyways, enough about that. I better get going. That's all I want to say they're still mocking Jesus to this day. You know what I mean? Their hate runs deep. It does. 2,000 years deep. You know, maybe longer before Jesus came. They hated him. You know, I asked Earl, I'm like, why does God still allow Satan to do his thing? Still, he's like, it's to learn and to teach you, and for my benefit. Still, I don't know. God in His ways. I don't know. He has wisdom, I guess. So, anyways, hope you guys are doing okay out there, and I'm doing okay as well. So, but, I'm doing okay because God has my back. That's why I'm doing okay. That's why I'm doing okay. I'm always doing okay. God has my back. That's why I'm always all right. Yeah. You can't control life. You can't control all the angles. So God has to do His thing. Let Him do His thing. Clearly, no one can control anybody. They're mocking Jesus openly. No one can control anybody. It's a madhouse out there. It's a madhouse. God knows it. You wanted me to hear about the madhouse out there for a second. I'm like, oh, it's Satan still doing his thing. Okay. Okay, all right. It's never ending bullshit. Pardon my French. It's never ending nonsense show. Basically. Anyways, that's all I want to say for this video. Someone out there has a similar life that I lived. Bishop, someone lived a similar life as mine, and God had us meet up for that reason. He had us meet up, similar deals.